Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm
I
Jen, and we are here with another topic, another hot topic, to talk to you about improving your child's attention. And why is that important? So, studies show that kids now, and we're talking older kids, middle school, high school kids, have a shorter attention span than we used to long ago. And they're relating that to modernization and technology. So we want to help you help your child have a better attention span. And we know that if we can start from the bottom up, we will be better when we get to be a school age child. So here we are helping you with strategies for your very young child to improve attention. Kim?
yeah, so there's five steps that we want to go over. Step number one is have appropriate expectations about attention span based on your child's age. For example, 8 months old to 13 months old, those kids are worried about mobility. They want to crawl, they're getting in and out of sitting, they want to move into standing, and they want to walk. That's basically their only interest at that time. Those kids are not going to attend to a toy for greater than a moment. We call that the search and destroy phase. Once they start walking, they're going to walk to something they see, they're going to look at it, they don't really care too much about it, they're going to drop it, and they want to walk some more. So for the young ones under than 13 months or so, don't expect more than a minute of attention. Jen, what do we have for the older kids?
Yeah, so they say that you start at age 2 and multiply their age by 2 and then 5. So 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 minutes is the low end of attention span, and 2 times 5 is 10. So a 2-year-old should be attending somewhere between 4 and 10 minutes. And then you continue on with their ages. So 3 would be 6 to 15, etc. So it is kind of a wide span because every kid is different, but just know that those are the expectations. So if your child falls within that range that they can sit and play a game with you or look at a book, then you're doing okay.
Number two is when you have time to play with your child and you sit down with them to play with a toy or an activity, give them your undivided attention. Because if we're working on attention span and they notice you looking at your phone or looking at the television or having a conversation with somebody, they see that you're not attending and they're going to model that. They're very, very intuitive. They observe everything. So we want to model 100% attention when we are playing with our child. Anything else on that one, Jen?
Yeah, so my thoughts on that is that, and Kim's already said it just a different way, is that it's quality versus quantity. They'd rather have you with them, all your attention, that it's all about them versus for 5 minutes versus being with them for 20 minutes when you're on the phone or cooking dinner or having a conversation with somebody else or watching TV. So that one-on-one time is very, very important.
Right.
Number 3 is identifying their interests and focusing on them. So, for example, if your child really likes cars, we can play with cars for sure. But the things that we want to do to increase the attention span are providing choices. So, do you want to play with the green car or the blue car? And then finding 10 different ways to play with the car so that you can increase neural pathways. The more we play with a variety of toys, the more we play differently with one toy, we're increasing attention span and we're creating neural pathways. So for example, with a car, we can drive a car, we can fly a car, we can wash a car, we can hide a car, we can put a car in a car wash, we can make a tunnel for the car, we can put a piece of paper or a cardboard down there on the couch and make them go down the ramp, and whose car goes faster. So all of that turn taking and sharing of ideas will increase the attention span. So the next thing that you want to do then is bring in another element, just like the ramp for the car. Maybe you want to bring in Play-Doh. We can hide the car in the Play-Doh. So we want to start increasing their interest by adding new elements to their already current play. Kim?
Yeah, and on that same note, start with an activity, observe your children playing, and start with activities that they're already playing with, because chances are you're going to be able to expand their attention to that activity if they're already interested in that. So if they're playing with cars, maybe you don't want to bring in a baby doll at that time. It is okay to remain on activities that they're interested in. Number 4 is observe your child to see what distracts them. If their attention is very limited, take some time to just look and see what's happening. And you might say to yourself, oh, I have a lot of things on the floor. They're going from one thing to another to another. So they might be visually distracted. So you're going to want to limit the number of toys that are in that room, or take them into another room. If you have 10 or 15 minutes to play with them, take them into another room with 1 or 2 toys that interest them so that they're not visually distracted. Other kids, you might see they're always moving, they're always jumping, so they're not staying on anything. And that's to be expected with a 2 or 3-year-old. So maybe you can incorporate play with movement. So if they're interested in the puzzle, but they pick up the circle and they put it in and they run to something else, you can set something up where you've got the puzzle board on one side of the room, you're on the other side of the room with the puzzle pieces, you give them the circle and ask them to hop over and put it in the puzzle board. They come back to you now, you give them the square and you ask them to run over and put it into the puzzle board. So look at what they're distracted at with that and then try to incorporate that into your session. Anything else on that one, Jen?
Yeah, so my thought on that is, and we've already we hit on it a little bit, but I just want to expand on it, is that technology is a huge distraction for our kids. And the guidelines for that are for age 0 to 2, they recommend no technology, because technology limits our attention span. So from 2 to 4, or 3 to 5, sorry, the technology recommendations are 1 hour a day. So that includes TV, video games, iPad, computer, phone, all of that is considered technology. From 6 to 10, it's 1 to 1.5 hours. And then above that, including ourselves, is 2 hours a day. So not a lot of screen time. So the less screen time we have, the more opportunity we have to be creative. And then the only other thought I had with that was having them clean up. So sometimes they will move from toy to toy to toy. And to help them kind of gain focus, we can clean that toy up, take some time to clean it up, because cleaning up is also, you could be working on sorting skills, you could be working on large to small, how does this fit into a box, all that kind of problem solving, and removing the distraction that way. And then the last one is the one more time encouragement. So you see that your kid is kind of getting tired, or maybe they don't want to do it anymore, maybe they're getting frustrated. And if we do that one more time, let's do one more time, and then we'll clean up. And you do the one more time. So my advice here is do the one more time and be true to your word. So do the one more time and clean up. If your child really doesn't want to clean up, yeah, you've hooked them. Then give them an opportunity to make another choice. Oh, do you want to keep on playing with this, or would you rather play with this new toy? And then they can make a choice and have some say into it, have some skin in the game, and maybe stay a little bit longer.
Yeah. And on those kids where you try the one more time to lengthen the attention that they have on that activity, if that's not working, you can bring in another family member or a friend. You know, dad comes in, or the older brother comes in, or the aunt comes in. They sit down to play too. And they're like, I'm going to do one more time. And they make it look so exciting. They do one more time. And the next thing you know, your child's going to do one more time. So thank you for sharing this time with us. We hope you learned something today. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.